Good afternoon, everybody. It's April 5th. I almost said April 15th. It's April 25th here today. And we're obviously still cracking down Durham, same as what we were doing yesterday. But in this episode, I want to tell you guys how you can properly lose money. I hope not. But anyways, I'm seeding the grass down here. I don't know why. I seeded in the grass, I don't know, maybe it was in 2022 up at the North Farm. Worked really well. So I'm like, I'm just going to carry that practice into this hayland down here at the South Farm. Except the South Farm hasn't received rain in 3 years. So it's like concrete out here. This is a sprayer track. You can see with the track right there, but you can't even see the print. Like, it's hard. Ground's hard. It's already been sprayed. And this field is not native, just so you know. This was seeded to grass. And it's been in grass for, I believe, like, I think he told me like 18 years. But either way, it's been in the ground in grass for a very long time. And there's no alfalfa. It's just crested wheatgrass. So we sprayed it out and we're direct seeding Durham into it. And it's not going well. Sorry about the wind. So we're going super slow. We're doing about 3 miles an hour out here. But it's still hard and it's grass and it's just rattling the shanks and the hoses and it's shaking everything apart. Our hoses are popping out all the time. Our bolts are loosening up. Where is it here? Right over here. We're already going for parts. We're losing parts here. Like, we got no depth adjust at all on this one. It's splitting out more packer wheels because we're applying quite a bit of pressure, to actually penetrate the soil. We can't even penetrate the soil. We're leaving some Durham on the ground. As you can tell, it's barely even in the ground. Some fertilizer, some Durham seed treat right there. Not optimum. So what happened here is, I'll use this one for an example. This here bolt come out, spring popped off, then we lost this because this keeper bolt obviously come out, and we lost all these components on quite a few of these openers. And we don't have any of those components. I've never lost those before. So that's how violent these shanks are shaking around. So we actually went underneath the drill and we retightened these. Now you can't just suck an impact on these things and ratchet them right up sucker tight, because you'll never move it. You'll go to be like, ugh, ugh. Even if you take the pin out, you can't squeeze it together because sucking it up makes this unmovable, which is kind of counterproductive when you actually want to change your depth. So they're supposed to be tight, but just so you can move your depth. And then the keeper pin is supposed to keep it from popping around all over the place. Well, so these are coming loose. These are coming loose, but different bolts in here. We're losing components. Hoses are popping off. This is hard on stuff. And we're just crawling. So why even do it? Well, that's a good question. One of those questions I keep asking myself as I make every pass here. Excuse me. I want to say I choked on a bug, but I don't think I did. There isn't very many acres here. There's about 200 acres of grass. It came part of the package deal of some other ground that I took on, and I was just like, yeah, I think I can probably spray that out, direct seed into it, especially since it's still early, right? We're still easily into April, and I was actually counting on a rain. I'm not gonna lie, I was 100% counting on some spring rains, and then it would just seed beautiful. But you know what? We haven't had any rain. And as I said, we're dry, and it's always windy, and that top 1.5 inches is dried right out. Is this stuff getting the moisture? Some of it maybe, some of it probably not. Let's be honest, it's probably not going to germinate until we get a rain. We did back our seeding rate down on this due to planned less moisture in the ground, because this grass, I'm sure, sucked all the moisture out from last year. Not that there was any, but... So anyways, this is going to be our trial down south this year. We always got something going on, right? You guys know that. You seeded in the grass 2 years ago now up north, and now we're going to try it and see what kind of crop we're going to get up here. So, you can't even tell, but I seeded this. Can you tell? Kind of, I guess. Not very good. Got a little bit of derm here. That's just, there's probably still some derm down here, but look how dry this is. There's no moisture in this. Well, I don't see any. It's not a good sign. Anyway, not gonna do nothing until it rains. So I'm like, why don't you just wait for a rain? Because I checked the 2 week long range. There ain't no rain coming. We're not guaranteed no rain down here. We might not get any rain. Who knows? And we still have to seed. So we're gonna seed and just do the best we can. If we get some rain, maybe it'll do something. If we don't get any rain, it won't matter anyway. If we don't get any rain, it won't matter even on the good stuff. Like our proper fields, right? Anyways, let's try to do some seeding. So we're fertilizing for about a 25 bushel crop, which if we got a 25 bushel crop off of this stuff, that's pretty good considering what we're working with here. We backed our seeding rate down. We're just seeding a bushel. Lighter the better. I know Bourgeois are built tough. It's a good thing, and they're built heavy. Because I'm running 1,250 pounds pressure, which I could run more. You could potentially push up to 1,750 pounds pressure. But I would rather that shank give a little bit back there than to break something off. Sorry, I'm trying to hold this as still as I can here. It's just a bit of a challenge. I have already done about 135 acres of the 200, so we are nearing the end of everything. I'm not sure why my Egtron, if I sit for too long, you know, when they show red, because, you know, it says that they're all plugged, but they're not. It's just because I'm actually not seeding. That's normal. But if it sits for too long, like I was working on that drill for about an hour, everything disappears, and I have to re-input all my towers again. It's like starting over. And some mornings, when you power down the monitor, power it back up, again, you got to re-input. Kind of gets old. It's not that hard to do. You just got to go to setup wizard or wizard setup towers, whatever it is, and you got to punch in however many runs you have on all your 10 towers. Probably takes you all of 2 minutes to do. Just kind of a pain in the butt. You got to do it all the time. So that's kind of frustrating. And I've had a few sensors go. And I don't know if that's normal or common, but I've had definitely one sensor fail. I thought 2 sensors failed, but then it just decided to start working again. So it's kind of weird. So I know that I've talked a lot about grass in the past, even when we were farming up north there. And expectations are always low. Set your expectations low. If you can, it typically takes 3 years, 3 good years to get the land back to a normal producing state after it's been in grass for a long time. The first year that you're farming, it's obviously darn near right off. It's really poor. This year could be, who knows. Then the next year is a little better, and then hopefully by the third year, after the third year, that year number 4, you're rocking on all cylinders. So it's always a bit of a creep work project. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because when this crop germinates and comes up, we're going to come out and we're going to inspect it. and we're just gonna watch it. We're gonna see what we can harvest out here, and hopefully we have something to harvest out here. There is a few deadheads underground rock, so when I go over those bad boys, I back my pressure all the way down and just try and float over them. That way I don't hook them and rip a shank off. That's happened. Mike, why don't you dig those puppies out? Again, just time. We're short-staffed and we're doing good just to keep the drills and the sprayers going. And rented ground. You don't even know how long you're going to have it for, so again, all things to factor. Heck, we just got Ashton's deadheads on her corner dugout last fall, and we owned that one for a few years already, so it takes time. These things take time. We had one oil leak yesterday. As you can tell, that part of the drill is quite dirty. We had a hydraulic line on the openers wear through on the frame, blew all 4 pails of oil out of this tractor, which it holds 4 pails of oil in a matter of 60 seconds. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. We typically do come prepared. We have pails of oil on the back of the cart. You guys already know that. So, and we carry spare hydraulic hoses of different shapes and size. And we normally inspect them all, and we obviously just missed. We just missed a wear point on one. That happens. So, once we're done this field, I'm going to Lennell's. Donald's got one. I don't know if he's going to finish today or not, and then he's going to Lennell's. So stay tuned. We're going to be going into pulses here right away. And I'm hoping that we can really cover some ground when we're in pulses. Like, we should be able to, because we don't put any fertilizer with them, just inoculant. And maybe we can crack like a section out of a fill. Like, wouldn't that be awesome just to do a section per fill? Up north, I'm like doing like 80 acres of fill. Down here, crack a section. That's crazy. So anyways, I'm going to catch you guys on Clipper. So stay tuned for this grass update. Adios.